recording from the gym. Don't have much news. I actually have to check some news right now. Some sports. I want to see what's going on with the NBA. I know it's the Minnesota Timberwolves versus the Thunder, and I'm behind on that. I've been kind of nerding out on work and also uh, like travel vlogs along with AI videos. Just trying to stay up to date. But yeah, been doing some inventory at work and doing some basic stuff. I'm on the treadmill, having some coffee, switching my workout to um, cardio. Trying to do more cardio, like light cardio. So what time is it now? 5:40. I don't have to be at work until 8. So what I can do is about 30 minutes of cardio, 20 to 30 minutes, and then 10 minutes strength training. And that used to be my workout in Iraq. I would do like 40, 45 minutes. I was an active duty soldier. I would do 40, 45 minutes doing some type of cardio, like intense. And I'd have like a jacket on and just try to cut weight. I was really trying to watch my weight, trying to get down to 160, 165. And then after that long cardio session, sometimes it would be an hour, I would do like 20, 30 minutes strength training. I don't know how I did it, but I had a better mindset then. I thought that, marathon runners were doing a lot more than what I was doing. And a lot of endurance folks, they lift too, they lift and you need some muscle to do, you need muscle to do endurance. It's not psychotic muscle, like level 10. So the treadmill is on 2.0 right now. Sometimes I'll walk sideways or backwards and just kind of get everything going, get the blood flowing. Oh, also, what is that breathing sound? I'm gonna do the noise canceling thing on the phone. ANC mode. Oh wow, that's a lot better. That is a lot better. I still hear some kind of background noise, but it's one of my favorite things to do when I wake up. It's just a light walk and kind of sort out my day from there. Light walk on the treadmill, sip on a little bit of coffee, sip on some water, and then some strength training. My thought process on that is on combining strength training and cardio is it's functional really. It's not CrossFit, but you need gas in the tank to do both. And in the army days, a PT test was pretty much body weight exercise and then a run. So you have to be prepared for all of it. I like the functional stuff that results in solid aesthetics. It's almost like blind faith. Some people want to focus on, the beach body and have trouble climbing a hill, small hill. But nothing wrong with that. I mean, a bodybuilder type person has to do their cardio, and they spend their whole day in the gym. They have to do they have to separate it, cardio like in the mornings and weight training in the evening or afternoon. I gotta change the title on this video. Going live. I'm in South Carolina right now, and y'all, these country places are actually not country places. Everything's turning into a big city. We got the country places are getting, and the subdivisions have big city numbers, big city populations, but still not enough things to do. It's strange. A lot of driving, very car centric culture we have here in the states. It's curious what the Midwest, the Amish towns are like now. Maybe those places will start to have a healthy amount of people with a good amount of elbow space. Yeah, getting that cardio in. I made a mistake yesterday of um, crashing out after dinner. I wanted to do, what did I want to do then? I wanted to do a light walk after eating. Yo, the treadmill is like the perfect office. You got like pretty much a desk. You got stuff to put your stuff on, like little shelf things, something for your TV, for your phone, and you can just zone out. So the title is live now, breaking news. As you can tell by checking out my channels, I'm pretty random, very random. Got that ADHD, but that's no excuse. I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. What is some breaking news right now? What is some breaking? I don't have AI on right now, so I should have brought my other phone so I could at least chime in. I should have some notes, but I don't. Just I know I watched the news yesterday. Fell asleep to some video bloggers. I could talk about video bloggers. I guess that's news. But there's a lot of people in Thailand, foreigners. I've never been to Thailand, but I've seen a lot of videos. But there's a lot of foreigners there just acting up. And there's also foreigners, travelers, tourists in Thailand that are broke and they're asking other foreigners for money. So that's pretty wild. They're going there kind of without money and just surviving. Or maybe they have like a small pension or some small amount of money and they think they can just kind of hang out. But that's not the way to live. You want to, I know people run away from the rat race, but you still want to have some hustle. You want some hustle in your muscle. And there's people that's overstaying their visa. The record is like 10 years. Some Pakistani guy stayed in Thailand without renewing his visa for more than 10 years. I don't think I could do that. I would, first of all, I'm restless enough to jump around from country to country. Not a big fan of getting on the plane, really going through that process and going through the turbulence and all that. Good cardio, much needed cardio. I drink some water. Are we even live? How can I tell if I got viewers? Let me check the chat. Oh yeah, that was one of the topics that I was going to talk about was buy me a coffee versus Cash App, things like that. So that was the title I was going to use. How can you make money on YouTube if you're not monetized? Well, you can monetize it just by posting your QR code, things like that. But you got to have some value, have to share something. You got to, you know, got to be worth it, I reckon. And got to have something useful, some useful information out there, like a how-to video. But sometimes it's just good to share the journey. I think that there's a lot of video bloggers out there that have GoPros and cameras that iPhones and such, iPhone 17, 16. They're just kind of going out there into the world and they're recording. And yeah, they're recording their journeys, right? Which is great. Then they go back to their room and they do some editing and they post their journey. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of editing. There's a lot of editing. I think that we're losing the art of talking and storytelling. But there are good video bloggers out there that are good at recording, video editing, and storytelling. So that's good. I was curious about video bloggers, journalists that just talk. Like they go out into the world, they don't record, they're actually enjoying what they're doing, but then they talk about their adventures, what they saw, things like that. So I think I think that's an option that's good and healthy for folks out there because you save time and you're working on your public speaking, so to speak, and things like that. You're exercising your mind a little bit more. I can talk about, like as of right now, talk about South Carolina because I've been coming up here a handful of times this year. I don't know if that's meant to be a sign or something, but work has brought me up here and training, like personal goals, has brought me up here. Uh, Different parts of South Carolina, but it seems like South Carolina is a happening spot. It was about 2 weeks ago. I was in Greer/Greenville, South Carolina. Greer and Greenville, it's similar to like Jacksonville and Orange Park. Confusing as all get out. But I was there for a week And in the States, if you don't plan things out, man, you could spend a paycheck like quickly. If you don't if you don't have your ducks in a row, you can spend some good money, not wanting to spend good money. But I went through a EMT course, a 1 week, pretty much skills week. Did pretty good in some areas I need to work on, but ultimately they gave me the go, and now I just got to study for an exam, and that exam is going to take me to Vegas. It looks like because Vegas has the most flexible hours. They are literally the city that never sleeps. Like they're 24/7. So that exam is going to take me to Vegas, but I got to schedule it fast, book it, and plan a weekend there. I don't know if it's worth it, but you got to risk it to get the biscuit. It's going to put me in kind of a stressful state. First, I got to study, and I got to make sure I have everything. Uh, that shouldn't be too hard. I think I'll be okay with a small suitcase, a weekend suitcase. So, as I was saying, I can speak to South Carolina a little bit. During that week, I stopped in Newberry, South Carolina, which is that was an adventure, so to speak. There, it didn't have any glitz or glamour. It was more of kind of a nerd detour trip. Newberry, South Carolina. There's a small area called 96. There's a city called 96, and that is a place where they had like a Revolutionary War slash battle, and that's where yeah the name came from. Um, the number of miles the Cherokee village was from a specific battle, but don't call me on that. And then from there, yeah, that was about 20 minutes. That was a good country drive. It was about 20 minutes from Newberry. Now I'm back to Somerville, and I'll be here till Thursday. Thursday, Thursday morning. Over there, I'm gonna hit some push-ups, some chest,